Hello, welcome. So my name is Cheryl Wimperis. Excuse how I sound, by the way. It's hay fever season. So I'm very healthy. I'm just full of hay fever. So let me introduce myself first, and then I will go on to help you understand a little bit about nutrition and about your body and why it is that maybe you're feeling the way you are, and what it is that you can do immediately to start making some changes. So hopefully this information will be very practical, very quick to implement ideas, and then if you want further advice or support, then you can talk to me in person. So my name is Cheryl Wimperis. As I mentioned, I'm an independent consultant with R1 International, and I was a professional ballerina. So health, diet, nutrition has always been a massive part of my life. But it wasn't until after I had children, obviously the demands of looking after children and having very, very young children that don't sleep at night, it starts to take a toll on your health and your energy levels. And I just started I wanted to feel like I wanted my energies to return, and I wanted to feel that vitality that I had pre-children. And in all honesty, when I was training as a ballet dancer, if I was applying then what I knew now, my training, my career, my just the way I looked after myself would have also been so much better. So yes, after becoming a mum, I became a diet specialist after having had done the 30 days to healthy living and beyond, because I found that the program really worked for me, and it just really helped me understand how to look after my body and what to do to my body, what to eat in order to make my body work the best that it can. So I am not into fad diets. I just want to make this clear right now. I'm not into fad diets. I don't believe in fad diets. I don't believe in calorie counting. I believe in really healthy eating. I believe in eating lots of the right foods. And once you understand the science behind foods, you can really enjoy food and eat lots, knowing that it's actually helping your body, and you will achieve the goals that you set out as long as you understand what it is that you're putting in your body. So first of all, I just want to ask you to consider, what is it that, in what way do you feel that you are struggling right now with your body, the way you feel, or your understanding of nutrition? For example, there are signs that our body needs our help. When our body is overloaded, and I'll explain what this means later, we on the outside experience fatigue, a struggle to get up in the morning, a lack of luster, of drive, of motivation. We might have skin outbreaks, so poor skin. We don't have that kind of glow. Might experience hair loss, or even depression, like moods that are up and down, or at 4 o'clock you hit a brick wall and you need something sugary sweet to keep you going, or more severe conditions, intestinal conditions, digestive conditions. All of these are signs that your body is just going, please help me, I'm overloaded, I can't cope. So just take a moment to think about what it is that you are struggling with, that you would like to address, and just, take some time, write it down, and just make a link between what it is that you hear over the next 10 minutes to see, if we could be addressing those issues with some of this information that you're going to hear, because this is really basic, scientific based dietary science. I'm going to call it that. And it is the foundations of food, and it's the foundations of how our body works. So this can be applied to anybody, children, adults, mums, absolutely anybody, training people, absolutely dancers, with my background, to help improve your performance. It is just the bare bones science of food and diet. So to start off with, we're going to look at something called toxicity, toxins. Now, again, this is quite a weird word if you haven't heard it before, but toxins are everywhere in our environment. So toxins are in the food that we eat. So processed food are packed with toxins, and toxins are things that are not good for us. There's like toxins within the environment, within the air that we breathe, and the chemicals that we use to clean the house. Like, they're everywhere. It's just the world in which we live, and we can't avoid it. Even our body has its own set of toxins, but our body is really smart in that it wants to get rid of toxins. It doesn't want toxins in the body. So the average person has over 200 synthetic chemicals stored in their bodies at all times. And a toxin is anything our body cannot use as energy. So it doesn't serve our body. It doesn't help our body do what it needs to do. So what is a toxin? Yeah, as I said, a toxin can be environmental. Oh, sorry, I just had to stop that for a second. So yeah, what is a toxin? Toxins are anything that is harmful to our body or that doesn't serve our body. So as I said, in the environment, in the foods that we eat, if they are full of processed sugar, sweeteners, artificial colours, preservatives, fragrances, soda, coffee is very acidic to our body again, which I'll explain in a moment. Also dairy and gluten, soy, GMOs, all of these things actually don't serve our body. They in turn, they harm our body, and our body wants to get rid of them. So I'm just going to quickly look at one of these, and one of these that actually might be quite surprising for you, and that's actually dairy. We hear loads of people now with lactose intolerance, and many more people are turning to different dairy options. So dairy is in fact acidic. It's an allergen, and what this means is it's actually hard for our bodies to digest, and it's full of hormones and it's full of antibiotics. So the thing that what the animal has been given essentially stays within the milk, and then as we drink the milk, we are also ingesting that, and it's the antibodies and those hormones that are toxic to our body. And so this can contribute to things like acne, to mucus, also to like lethargy. When I have too much milk, I really feel like like my energy becomes really low. And also milk in large amounts can be quite harsh on your kidneys. So it's just something to be aware of. Once you start picking apart all of your different food groups, it's very interesting when you actually have milk, for example, when you start recognizing, actually, I feel like this when I've had loads of milk, or I feel like that when I've had loads of refined sugar. So it is just good to understand all of these different food groups and what they actually do to your body. So let me just, sorry, I'm just scrolling through the pictures so that I'm talking on the same part as you, what you're listening to. So toxins come into our body through the skin, through the lungs, like as we breathe. They also come in through things that we put on our skin, and they also come through the things that we're eating. And every toxin then filters through our liver. Toxins are then stored in our body, and if they can't be properly eliminated, our body is so smart that it recognises there's something in our body that we need to get rid of. And what it does is it protects our organs by wrapping the toxins in fat. So what we experience on the outside is stubborn fat, because it's not going to release that toxin unless we're addressing it with the foods that we're eating. Because it wants to protect our organs. It recognises that this is something in our body that is harmful to us. So I'm going to lock it in fat, and I'm going to just hold it there because I don't want it to hurt the body. So toxics that are stored in the body and they can't be eliminated properly, there's like a backwash of toxins that force the body into like a state of shock. And that shock, that stress reaction of your body, like, it can't get rid of them. It creates inflammation. And when your body is inflamed, that's like a breeding ground for disease. And signs that your body is inflamed or that it's toxic are things like acne. We on the outside will see acne, allergies, arthritis, autoimmune disorders, type 2 diabetes, digestion issues, hormone imbalance. And now that's massive. Once we kind of step into this hormone imbalance field, this is where we're talking about poor sleep, moods that go crashing up and down, low moods, depression, and also like obesity. All of these factors are just signs that your body is screaming for help, and it's toxic, it's overloaded, and it needs us to address the kind of detoxifying process to become uninflamed. So signs, I'm just going to repeat that. So signs that your body might be distressed, it might be inflamed, it might be toxic, is there's a list here, I'm going to go through them. So you might experience fatigue or really low energy. You might experience bloating, stomach pain, constipation, sugar and salty food cravings, or you can't function without coffee. We've all been there. Trouble sleeping. There's nothing worse than not being able to sleep, because then you don't function very well in the day. Then you're constantly grabbing sweet stuff to give you that energy boost. It's like a vicious cycle. Skin issues, eczema, breakouts, soreness on your skin, redness on the skin, acid reflux, IBS, GERD, Crohn's, headaches, migraines, irritability, moodiness, congestion and low immunity, aches and pains. All of these are signs that your body is struggling, is that it's not where it should be, that it's toxic, it's overloaded, or it's inflamed. It all sits together. So last thing before we finished is just to address the pH level in our body. So our bodies have a pH level, and our body will do anything it needs in order to stay within this alkaline realm. That's where our bodies need to be. So we have a scale, pH scale. We have, this is the acidic end, 0. This is the alkaline end at 14. Neutral in the middle at 7. And our body is just like, it's just veering to the alkaline edge on about 7.35, 7.45, there or thereabouts. And it must stay there. It must. So an alkaline environment for our body is the best environment. And there are foods that we eat that are alkaline forming foods, and there are foods that we eat that are acidic foods. So acidic food, keeping this really simple, acidic foods are gonna zap our energy. Alkaline foods are massive energy boosters, yeah, and they're gonna keep us healthy. Now, our body will do anything to maintain this point that it's at, and in order to stay alkaline, it will also, if it feels that it's been adjusting because we're eating too much acidic stuff, it kind of stresses the point, and that's when things start going wrong on the outside. And our body does everything to maintain that point, that it starts robbing our body, like our bones, of calcium, and it takes vitamins and nutrients from anywhere else in the body to maintain this point. And obviously that stress on the body is what causes illness from on the outside. That's what we experience. So a mildly acidic body contributes to weight gain, diabetes, osteoporosis, aching muscles, low energy, chronic fatigue, slow digestion, and elimination. Whereas alkaline bodies are a much more healthy environment. Disease is rife in an acidic body. Health is rife in an alkaline body. So finally, to round this off, the most important process here that we're addressing is that we're eliminating toxins, the toxins that are causing your body to slow down and be stressed. And we're also, through that process, we're creating a healthy environment in your gut. And your gut is really responsible for all of your health. So many things are created as a result of your gut's happiness. It's where a lot of your hormones are created, and the hormones are responsible for so many things in your body, like the way your sleep, your metabolism, your moods, your drive. Absolutely, so many functions in the bodies are governed by the hormones. So through this detoxification process, what we're doing is balancing your hormones. We're putting them to where they should be. We're resetting your body in the most healthy and nutritious way possible. This isn't, as I said, this isn't a diet. This is a really it's what your body needs. It's absolutely what your body needs in order to function well as a human, so emotionally, physically, and energetically. So I hope you've been able to take something from that. So with the program that we could do together, the 30 days to healthy living and beyond. That's the whole point. It's the beyond part, the sustainability of it. We will be eating lots of food. We will be eating food. And we will also be bringing in supplements that will support the process of balancing hormones. So we will be looking at, we'll be using stable enzymes, probiotics, prebiotics for the gut to really help balance your hormones. And these are very different to the prebiotics that you find that you have to refrigerate. They're not stable, meaning that by the time that you've actually eaten it, half of them have probably been, like, a lot of it has been destroyed by the acid, your tummy acid, so they don't actually get to the place that they need to get in your body to actually work. So we'll also be introducing lots of greens. You'll learn about portion sizes. I'll also help you understand what your BMR is. This is actually what you should be eating for your size, for your activity level. It's an average, but it is good to understand that, and especially depending on what your goals are, whether it's to bulk up, or whether it's to slim down, or whether it's just to feel happier, to have more energy, to balance out your moods. So I hope that's been helpful. If you want any further information into what exactly it is, please contact me, and I can get you set up. We can go on a journey together for 30 days and address all of this. You're going to get recipe books. You choose what you're going to eat, but everything's there. You will learn what foods are acidic. You're going to learn what foods are alkaline. We're going to learn what foods that we're going to just swap just for 30 days, and then we can reintroduce other foods to make this really sustainable. I eat like this constantly now, like on an 80-20 basis. So 80 is very good, 20 is the going out and having a life, when parties happen and just the normal stuff of life. But going through this process of cleaning, detoxifying, balancing hormones is the safest, most effective way for you to become the happier, healthier, more vitalized, energized version that you want to be, that you want to be. If you're watching this, you absolutely know that that's where you want to be. So I look forward to hearing from you. And if not, please research, implement some of this stuff that I've been saying, and I look forward to hearing from you. Take care. Bye.